10 weeks ago, this superbike was a complete wreck. We brought it back from the dead. But this is not custom. We can do better. And today, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this bike with quite possibly the best fairing I've ever done. So enough talk, more action. Let's get this bike in the garage and start stripping it down. We've got so many parts that have to go on this baby today. I don't even know where to start. And have I mentioned this? It's a full custom fairing from our friends at A Motor Part, and we're gonna unbox this and get it on the bike. It's going to be a game changer. We'll get into that a little bit later. Because first up, we've got this, what's in this bag here, and it's going to fix this, our super expensive steering damper, which is bent like a banana. So, Technic Motorsports Australia have come to the rescue with a full Öhlins repair kit and new rod. We're gonna box that all up into one box and send it down to Motor Logic on the Gold Coast, Australia. Paul Free, amazing suspension technician. He's gonna fix that up for us. So what we could have done was purchase a new one, $750, $800. I'm hoping he can restore and fix this one for a lot less. So even though it's brand new and it looks kick-ass, this aftermarket bayless fairing is all coming off, every single panel. Every time I take a panel off, I've got to retain the clips and the OEM bolts because I'm gonna reuse those on the new fairing. Some of these bolts are not easy to get to. And there you have it, a stripped down version again. Now we're on to some performance. So every good race bike has got to be able to stop and stop quickly. I mean, not that I go that quick, but from Motor Mia Australia, we've got Brembo RCS 17. So super, super good looking brake. Now this is the first time I've gone with a 17 instead of a 19 on a 330mm disc braking system. And that's because I've been told that the 19 RCS gives you a lot more just instant grab, whereas this gives you more progressive feel. So that's what I'm going for, trying to improve my trail braking through the corners. Let's get it on. There you have it, all done and ready. So these are just centered perfectly where I can still see the dash and everything nice and neatly through there. I've mocked up this side with the brakes because this side's all bled and ready, but this side I haven't yet because obviously I can't put the calipers on until I get the wheel spacers. So hopefully they're gonna arrive in the next probably 2 days. In the meantime, let's dig into that box over there. So as you can tell, I'm pretty excited. This bike is going to be unique. I've built, I think, 4 V2s in the last 3 years, and each of them has been pretty special. There was, I think the very first one was the black, the big Ducati logo on the V2, that was pretty cool. Then there was the green one with the sort of similar type design as this, the Ferrari type V2 as well. And then there's this. So let's open it up. Let's take a look. This is a bit like Christmas Day for me. Okay, looks like it's pretty well packaged, I gotta be honest. Everything is nice and securely, individually wrapped. Heaps of protective foam, that sort of thing. It's nice to see. That's right, blue, black, and silver. This is going to be a very, very unique Panigale. So this is nice. This feels really good. It's got my logo down the bottom just there. So this is a full custom design. And this is clear, multiple coats of clear. I think it's 3 coats of clear over the top of a satin finish. And the paint looks really good. A really beautiful satin sheen on this. It's gonna look pretty special. So all I did was I selected a custom design. So I messaged them privately, sent them my specs as to what I wanted, and then we went back and forward with a couple of drafts until I landed on this. I'm gonna start pulling it all apart in a minute, but the process is pretty simple. Jump on amotorpart.com, select your bike, select your year, and then select the style that you want if you want to buy one off the shelf, or go full custom. You can even get, and I'm gonna show you in a minute, an actual tank cover for an extra $60. So full custom, fully customize your look and be unique. There's a discount code in the top right here, so it's 1L, you'll get 10% off. But let's keep unboxing. That's gonna look pretty cool. Tank cover. I gotta be super careful when I'm cutting, that I don't scratch the beautiful paint. Oh yeah, check that out. So what I've done is I've integrated the 955 sticker, 955 cc's, up into the tank area. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. Very cool. So this is a complete set. It's even got all of the black plastics, so things like the side engine covers, the lower frame guards, the inner frame guards, everything, including a front guard, but we're gonna stick with the custom carbon guard that we've got. So before we can get any of this on the bike, we've actually gotta prep the tank. Let's get into it. So the problem with the tank is it's red, and it's not just red at the top, it's also red down the back here. So unfortunately what I've got to do is I've got to wrap it, but I don't have to wrap the entire tank, I've just got to wrap the parts that will be exposed. So I'm going to wrap around this section, because when the tank cover goes on, you'll probably still see a little pin line of white. And then I'm going to take the tank off and I'm going to wrap this whole bottom section. So probably from here back and around there, and maybe even around the front here, just to make sure none of that is exposed. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Starting to get a feel for like the blue against the gold. And that was the whole theme of this bike, was supposed to be blue and gold. So hopefully you're not gonna see any of this red exposed anywhere. Fingers crossed. We'll put the seat on now, and then we'll start working on these inner panels. So the inner panel on this side and the inner panel on the other side. And check it out, it even comes with a huge, big hardware package. So all the nuts and bolts you need, super, super easy. But let's get on to these, which is the inner panels. They're just gonna click them together, super easy. And then before you know it, we're gonna have a blue panny in the driveway. Okay, I think 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. Easy. So it is looking pretty good, but I'm gonna stop filming here because I wanna show you the finished product when it's outside in the sunshine. Next thing I'm gonna do is put these wheel spacers on, and then it's just a bunch of tidy up work. We'll see you out on the driveway. So these are from a company called Moto Corsa. They make wheel spacers between an 848 and a Panigale. So you can use an 848 wheels on a Panigale. So I thought to myself, what is an 848 aftermarket wheel, like a BST carbon wheel, and a Super Sport wheel? What's the product code? If it's the same product code, then the same spacers should work up to a Panigale. So it's got all new bolts, and then it's got the 2 rotor spacers and the 2 enlarged wheel spacers. Fingers crossed this works, because these were expensive and I had to wait weeks to get them. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to do something completely custom. Okay, so we're done. Another build, another successful Panigale, all under wraps. There's only 2 little jobs I need to do to complete this bike, but I'm gonna do that off camera. That's welding the frame up and putting the suspension steering damper back on when it comes back. But no point filming that. So I just wanna thank everyone for watching. Thanks to my sponsors as well. Number 1, thanks Motor Garage. Number 2, thanks Moto Mia Australia. So if you want any ancillary parts for your bike, or you want a good servicing, go see Motor Garage. If you want some CNC racing gear, Moto Mia Australia, go and see them. And A Motor Part Fairings for this awesome, absolutely beautiful fairing. I couldn't ask for more. This bike is simply amazing. I'm gonna do a full breakdown video on cost and every single part that's gone onto this. But that's it. Tune in, watch the Jigsaw build if you're into that sort of thing, and we'll see you on the next one.